And maybe it's because I'm a little bit of a traditionalist, but I can see where this helmet is more beneficial.
It's very European style, which I think is kind of neat. It's definitely not the wide brim. It doesn't have the long back to it. It's very sleek. You're not going to get caught up on anything. So
I think
it's got its bonuses. It's got its pros. It's got its cons. I'm sure. Flexibility and weight is probably a big thing with it.
I think what you said is probably my favorite part of this is that it's sleek. It's low profile.
Yeah.
You're not going to get stuck on anything. As much as I love the traditional style helmets, they suck, especially if you're doing entanglement stuff.
Hey, hold on. By the way, any MSA rep out there, I'll be more than happy to demo one of these for you.
Me too.
Put it through its paces. Just go ahead and contact us and let me know.
Absolutely. And I think it would be awesome to do this. And we actually have at our training facility, we have a really, really cool confinement box. So this would be a nice little thing to try out there.
So my only question is, is it only for MSA face pieces, or can you wear the helmet with anything?
I don't know. I mean, if you
looking at it,
I think you possibly can. I mean,
should be able to. I would think
MSA face pieces and Scott face pieces, they're
pretty similar.
Yeah, they're not terribly different. The only biggest difference is the hog nose.
Yeah,
that's the biggest difference with the MSA to the Scott. So the profile wise, though, they're fairly same.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, looking at this picture, they have this artistic rendition of it, because I don't believe that's a real person.
That's a real guy.
Is it a real guy?
I don't know.
Okay.
I'm just guessing.
It is what it is. We'll say
he looks real.
Guy. I'm sure he's real.
It's probably from a video game.
I don't know if it's from a video game.
All I know from the picture, it's hot, because you could look on his thermal imaging thing, and
it does look hot. It's a cool. I mean, it's a cool picture. It's very neat what they've done.
Yeah,
I do like the aspect of this new style helmet. I'm game to try it for sure. I'd like to see what it looks like, how it feels.
Let's talk about a couple of the features real quick, and then I'll read the features out, and then we'll discuss them just to kind of see what they are. But some of the features for this helmet, as they put on their website, is integrated lighting with front and side illumination to reduce snag hazards and improve situational awareness. As we all know, that's important.
Okay.
Integrated communications with an internal headset to maximize firefighter interaction.
See, I mean, that's pretty decent.
I think that's pretty cool.
It gets loud when you're inside a fire, so why not have something that's kind of in your ear so you can hear it all the time and be able to talk without any snag, like the Scott face pieces have the big old voice amplifier on. It's kind of neat. It's a neat aspect.
Well, and that too, and then it also, if you think about reducing the radio too, because like, what is one of the biggest issues we're having now is trying to figure out where to put your radio for structure fires.
Yes.
There's an argument going on where do you put it underneath your coat? Do you put it on the outside of your coat? Do you put it in the pocket and wrap it around your neck?
I do not like having it under my coat. I'll be plain and simple. I'll lay it out there. I have never done it before. I'm not a big fan of it. If it gets that hot and I put myself in that terrible of a situation that my cord for my lapel mic melts, there's something seriously wrong. Yeah.
But it sounds like this would kind of eliminate that argument,
It does, but there's got to be something connected somewhere here.
Well, yeah, but what I'm saying though is like you don't have to worry about a microphone coming out of your jacket or something or radio dangling down by your hip getting snagged on something. You know what I mean?
You still have to have some sort of push to talk button somewhere. There's got to be something. Because if not, what are you going to do? Keep an open mic the whole time?
Maybe it's like a cool Secret Service mic where you just press the side of your helmet.
And then what?
just talking.
Bring my wrist up to my mouth all the time like I'm really cool. Like, hey, check me out.
Could be.
As I'm talking to my wrist here on this podcast. Check me out. Look at me. Hello.
We should get those. We should get little wrist mics. And then the other thing that they were kind of touting about this is how it's easy to disassemble, clean, and then, comply with any new cancer preventions, which is a huge topic right now.
I do like that aspect that all of the software or soft pieces in it are able to be taken out and cleaned.
Yeah.
That's kind of nice.
Because it's kind of hard with the traditional right now. It's kind of hard to get that thing 100% clean.
Oh, yeah. I mean, even though it sits on your head and you don't anticipate stuff getting in there, well, it does.
Yeah.
Nothing's impervious. So.
No.
And yes, that's my 10-cent word for the day, impervious.
Tout was mine.
What was yours?
Tout.
Tout.
Tout. I don't know. I heard it somewhere, and I knew what it meant, but I heard it somewhere, and I just thought of it. But whatever.
Here's to your education for the day.
There
We should have new words every
So
episode.
overall, what do you think of the MSA Jet Style Helmet before we move on?
I'd like to try it. I'd
Me
like
too.
to see it in person. I'd like to try it on. I'd like to have it, use it for a little while. See what it's all about.
So once again, if like Fitzy said earlier, if there's any reps or anybody from MSA that does listen to this, or someone that works for MSA, we would love to give this a try.
Yeah.
And like I said, we have a pretty cool training building that
We'll put it through its paces.
Yeah, we definitely put this through and see how nice it really is. So,
and a leather helmet, I'm a large, so I don't know how that equates to this, but
I think I'm the large too.
I'll stick with that. Probably. Yeah. You have a big cranium.
Yeah, we both have big noggins. Now this is my favorite one. I know you like the truck, but this is my favorite, and this is from Scott. We're going to go to the opposite company, and Scott. And I know. All right, so here's a disclaimer: MSA was the first one to come out with an integrated thermal imaging camera.
Yes.
We're talking about Scott because we don't want this to make it all about MSA.
Nope.
But Scott's site
or
is
equal opportunity employers here, by the way.
Yes, we are. And but Scott's site is actually new. It was introduced this year at FDIC, and this thing is cool. And again, I told you I'm a Scott person. I love it. And the best part of this is that if your department already has the AV3000 face piece, you can integrate it. You could upgrade that mask easily.
Yeah, it's super lightweight too, so they say that you won't even feel it.
Which again, if anybody from Scott's listening, I would like to try that as well.
Hello, Scott. Fire and safety. Let's do this.
But I think this is something that the fire service needs to go to permanently. Mm-hmm. And the handheld ticks are great, but how they sell this product is because I watched the video not only from FDIC, but I watched the video that they have on their website for this, and how they sell it is obviously the hands free, and not only you don't have to look down, they have a little screen at the right of the nose cup.
Yep. And
you basically you look around and it's right there the whole time. There's no digging for your tick that's hanging from your belt or wherever. I think it's needed.
I think it's a very plausible piece of technology that they're putting there. I know that I believe it's MSA that's putting them into their. Eric just spilled coffee.
I just spilled coffee on me.
It's pretty great. I'm having a laugh at him. Sorry. But MSA put them into their console where their pressure gauge and everything is for their cylinder, so they have integrated pass devices there, but every time you use that, you have to pick it up and hold it and scan the room with it. So it's built into the air pack. Now, with this being more hands-free, totally hands-free, you get to just look around, but it also adds another thing that can get snagged and an entanglement.
True.
I mean, it's, as sad as that is, and it's looking at it from all aspects, it can get snagged. I'd like to know how it's secured, because is it screwed on? It looks like it's screwed on and clipped on, but...
Yeah, it doesn't really... Like I said, I just realized, I don't think I put the photo up on mine, but I think, I'm not sure exactly how it attaches.
It looks like it's screwed onto the bottom part,
yeah,
where your voice amplifier part would go.
That's something they didn't say. They just basically said that it could be easily upgraded for the AV3000 mask or the face piece.
I'd like to try it. They say it's 8.5 ounces, so you won't even know it's there.
Yeah, it's actually, and the resolution's not too bad either. And I don't know if you know how much about resolutions, but I mean it's 160 by 120 resolutions and 9 frames per second, which is pretty good.
That's moving.
Moving.
And it takes one AAA battery for 4 hours of battery life.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's well needed. The other cool thing, and this is some of the other ones we'll kind of talk about, is some of the other features of it. Is it actually has an auto dimming, So when the conditions are darkest, you won't be blinded by the light. So it adjusts to your surroundings.
Nice. It's kind of nice, so I can look around.
Mm-hmm. And then it has something called the infinity lens, and basically they just said that it ensures a clear picture with no eye strain. And I think, if I remember right, I think the infinity lens is kind of I think it's concave or convex. I can't remember.
It's a con something.
It's con something. I think it's convex.
Something. Not convict.
No, not convict. But I think, but that's, if I remember right, I think that's what infinity lens means, is it's one of those convex or concave. I'd probably go convex.
Yeah.
Concave wouldn't make sense. It makes the picture too far away. Anywho, that's a whole nother episode again.
Brings it closer.
And a whole different podcast.
Talk about convex, concave, and convex later on.
Yeah. Let's see. What's some of the other stuff? The temperature settings, which I think that's the best. That's my favorite part of it, is the fact that your heads-up display, not only can you see it, but you can everyone, not just one person with the tick, because typically how it works with the tick is you have usually an officer will have the tick, and he'll be behind the person with the nozzle.
Yep.
Kind of scanning the room. This kind of puts it in everybody's hands. It puts the control and the power to see what's around you in everybody's hands. So if that one person misses something, and someone else
hopefully get caught by somebody else.
And that's the thing, is that you're relying not only on that, but you're also relying on one other person to be like, hey, it's getting too hot in here. Everyone could kind of see where the room is at.
Yeah.
Before I almost said something I'm not supposed to say, since this is a PG show, but
don't get me wrong.
Before poop hits the fan.
That's a very PG way to put it.
Yeah.
Now, I love the fact that there's new technology and that they're getting better and smaller, and the picture's getting better, and they're giving you temperature readings and all that. But at the same time, it's still just a tool.
Yeah.
It does not replace a good, thorough search by hand.
Nope.
Because you will miss stuff.
And the temperature too. You can't just rely on that. Even with a normal tick, you have to be careful with that.
Yeah.
Because
you can't say, "Oh, it's only 400 degrees up there."
And I think
when the room's getting ready to flash.
And kind of what you were saying with, especially with how ticks work normally. You're right. You're gonna have to do a thorough search, because if there's an area that's hot enough, you may not even see a victim.
Yeah.
Because of the temperature similarities. So. But that's going to be a downside with any tick, unfortunately. This just kind of gives you the option now that you don't have to search a room one-handed. You could actually crawl and see, which is pretty cool.
It's good for looking in the room, scanning the room, and then going on and doing your hands-on search, or sending somebody into the room while you stand at the door and you scan while they search.
Yeah.
And you direct them to where they need to go. But now, if everybody had one, great.
Yeah,
but I'm sure they come at quite a pretty penny.
Actually, I don't know what it says on there, but that was one of their other selling points, is that it's priced so low that fire departments could afford them for everybody. Now, what that may be, I don't know. Is it cheaper to buy the face pieces with it or upgrade? And it depends if your department has that mask too. It might be cheap if you already have the mask, but if you have to buy the mask and the thermal imaging camera,
then you're probably spending quite a bit.
Absolutely. You're going to need $1,000 for that.
Yeah.
Or someone with deep pockets.
Anybody with deep pockets, I'll be more than happy to take one if you'd like.
And we're firefighters, so we don't have those deep pockets.
And if you are a firefighter with deep pockets, by all means, let us know how you got to those deep pockets during this job. Obviously, we don't do this job for the money.
No.
But new technology, I'll be more than happy to take on a loaner program from anybody.
Yeah. And it's probably also having a second job. This doesn't pay the bills right here. This is just something we love to do. So, and hopefully you guys love it too. Let's talk about, this is cool. It's from TFT. The Vortex Nozzle. Ooh. It's got a pretty...
the 6-inch Vortex Nozzle, nonetheless.
It's got a pretty sick name. So the Vortex Nozzle is actually pretty cool, because it is basically a straight stream that also has the combination. You could actually rotate it like you would a fog nozzle and turn it into a dispersed stream. Mm-hmm. It's got these basically fins inside that when you turn them, they either become wide or they become thin.
They become a stream straightener.
Yep.
or they fan out and they give you a dispersed pattern.